simple past and present perfect. We can use either the simple past or the present perfect to talk about actions that began and ended in the past.
I flew to Japan last month. She has flown to Japan many times.
In both of these statements, the action was completed. We use the simple past when we say exactly when something happened. In this case, we know exactly when the speaker flew to Japan. Last month. We use the present perfect when we don't know when something happened. In this sentence, it is not important for the speaker to say exactly when she went to Japan, so she uses the present perfect. We can use many time expressions with the simple past to say when something happened. Time expressions such as last week, in 2015, a few days ago, and when I was young explain when something happened, so we usually use them with the simple past. We often use certain adverbs with the present perfect to explain that something happened before now. Examples are already, yet, ever, and never. We often use yet in negative statements, and yet and ever in questions. We can also use the present perfect to explain how often something happened in the past.
We have eaten out 3 times this week. I have always worn a seatbelt in the car.
Read the sentences. Complete each sentence with the simple past or the present perfect form of the verb.
I got a new haircut last week. He has brushed his teeth already. She has read that book many times. Summer arrived a month ago. The city built a new airport in 2013.
Unlike the simple past, we can also use the present perfect to describe an action or event that started in the past and continues to the present.
We've had this house since 2005. They bought the house in the past, and they still own it. They've been married for 30 years. They got married 30 years ago, and they are still married.
Present perfect with for and since. When we use the present perfect for events that continue to the present, we can use for plus a duration of time and since plus a specific time. Note that we can also use since in a time clause. When we use since in this way, the verb with since is usually in the simple past. Read the sentences. Complete each sentence with for or since.
She has felt sick since last week. I've had these shoes for 2 months. It has gotten warmer since this morning. We have been friends since we met. He hasn't gone fishing for a long time.
Simple past and present perfect. To review, we use the simple past to talk about completed actions that happened at a specific time. We use the present perfect to talk about completed actions that happened for an unlimited time. We also use the present perfect with for and since to describe actions or events that were true in the past and are still true now.
I have drunk a lot of coffee today.
The speaker uses present perfect because he is not specific about when he drank the coffee.
We had dinner at Hugo's last night.
The speaker used simple past because he says exactly when the action occurred. Last night.
She has been tired since this morning.
The speaker uses present perfect because he uses since to say something started this morning and continues to now.